Club Monty, everybody. Thanks once again. I'm in the studio. I'm wearing a Chelsea top. The season starts today. I don't want to think about it. We play Manchester City in T-minus 4 hours, 3.5 hours.
Roughly.
I'm not alone. I'm sitting with, what do we call you? Call you fan favorite now? Yanga Mabongo. Yanga!
Where is this thing coming from that I'm a fan favorite?
I'll tell you. I'll show you the YouTube analytics. Don't worry. I'll break it down for you. But first, before we go anywhere, should I be playing with this? Probably not. Chelsea today against Manchester City. What do you reckon?
It's going to be, I think, easy game for City. I think it should be a thrashing.
Easy game that's going to reflect on the score.
In the scoreline. I'm not too confident in how you guys are going to defend, how you guys are going to work around how City plays. So I expect a heavy
How we going to work
defeat.
around how City play?
I expect a heavy defeat. I think at least 4-0 or 4-1.
Sure. So
But I don't think the season will turn out that bad for Chelsea, but today will start off quite awfully.
okay.
I
All right, cool. So this video, we're going to drop it. It's going to come out after the game, so you can test the nonsense we say. I've done a review that wasn't so exciting.
Ish.
Anyway, that's what this is about. This is a new segment called Testing Ethics. So what we do is we revisit moments in football in the past, and we ask our guests over here, who happens to be Yanga today, how he feels about that. So if he were to put himself in the victim's shoes, in the executor's shoes, if he was a fan and neutral, we test the ethics of Yanga. Now, Yanga, I don't know if you are employed outside of but yeah, your employer might watch this and see what kind of person you're. Let's jump straight into it. The first one that came to mind was the hand of God.
Diego Maradona.
So for some context, in 1986, Argentina won the World Cup. En route winning the World Cup, they beat a decent England side in the quarterfinals. The winning goal is what is today dubbed as the hand of God. Hand of God because Argentine legend Diego Maradona, as the ball came in, he jumped and he hit it with his hand and it went in. Now, to the naked eye and to the ref, apparently, it looked like a header. If you don't get a replay on that, now obviously even in 1986, the fans were at the benefit of the replay. There was no VAR, obviously, so the goal stood. Now, here's the ethic part of this. Now, here's the question. Maradona goes off and celebrates, bro. Like, he knows he just handled this ball.
But the thing
and
is,
he goes and he celebrates. He doesn't even... Maradona's a criminal. Because he doesn't even look at the linesman or look at the ref or like... No, he celebrates like it's a normal call.
Yeah, that's actually quite scary from him. Because it's like, bro, you're really capable of something like that without even second guessing.
We're not even
like looking at... You know, that's a bit scary. But as Maradona... Yeah, as Maradona, I think you wanted that much. You want to win the World Cup that much. You wanted that much. You're going to do everything in your power to win it, even cheat. Because what we...
Even cheat.
That's cheating. What he did was cheating.
I mean, but the thing is, the question is, what should he have done? Stop and put his hands up and say, oh, ref, that was a handball.
My brother, to start off with, don't use your hands. You know the rules of the game. Start off there. Like, you know, at least be fair enough in the rules of the game and respect your opposition and your teammates by playing to the rules of the game. So number one, don't even use your hand.
Yeah.
But
but then, I mean, coming back to what you say, it's just the will to win.
It's the will to win. It's that want to win. It's that drive to win.
We really need to.
And yeah, sometimes you can do things that you don't think you would normally do in a situation because you want it so bad.
So it might even be a thing of he didn't even know he has that in him until the moment comes.
Until it happens.
Maradona is a criminal.
Very true.
With him, no. With him,
Very
yes.
true.
Generally speaking, yes. Not Maradona. Maradona is a criminal. He did that. Hey, man, may his soul rest in peace, man. Maradona passed away, right?
Yeah, he passed away. Yeah, may his soul rest in peace for
calling people criminals that are no more.
But the act needs to be condemned. Yeah. But
so unethical.
The act was unethical.
You're not sure if you'd have not been put in that position, which I imagine most of these things we've not been put on these stages.
You said it was a quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal it was, yeah.
You know, being Maradona, I think personally, I wouldn't have done it because I trusted my ability. Because in that very same game, I think he scored the goal of the century, right?
That was the one where he dribbled everyone, yeah.
From the halfway line, yeah. So in that very same game, he scored the goal of the century after doing something like that. So it's like, as Maradona, No, I wouldn't have done it. Because I think my squad is good enough to compete against a very decent England side. But I'm also the greatest player probably of all time. I know how to carry these guys. I can get them through. So as Maradona, I wouldn't have.
Which he ended up doing in the rest of the World Cup. Yeah, went on to beat Belgium in the semi-final. He scored both goals. And then West Germany in the final. So just to close on that, unethical, you wouldn't have done if you're Maradona. If you're England, you feel hard done by, obviously.
100%.
And that's an excuse now that you use.
It's an excuse. But then at the same time, England won the World Cup with very dubious means by scoring a goal that wasn't a goal.
That's all they did.
So, football kind of comes full circle at you.
I love that about football, yeah. Conversation for another day. It always comes full circle. It's just obviously in the moment,
you will definitely feel hard done by.
Like to Barcelona now. I love the suffering. Everything's great because, again, conversation for another day. Unethical, next one. This one is close to home now.
I feel like I know what you're going to talk about.
Luis Suarez. 2010 FIFA World Cup. Quarterfinal against Ghana. Where was that? Wasn't FNB?
It was.
Was it FNB? It was FNB. Now that I think of it, it looks very orange to me.
It was very orange.
Yeah, everything's orange. Okay, cool. So FNB, 1-1. We are in extra time. Ghana are on top of Uruguay. Bro hits the ball and Suarez says, "You nuts. You nuts, bro." No,
pain, bro.
No
I'm reliving in that moment right now.
Suarez.
So much pain.
Stops the ball. Nothing is more blatant than that, guys. Obviously, I'll have all these links in the description.
So clear.
But Suarez stops the ball from going in with his hands. This is the last.
And he tries to play it off, unlike Maradona.
Yeah.
Like he tries to act like nothing happened. He walked away. Like bro, we saw you, bro.
So the whole playoff thing is that, like, bro, how do you just carry on with life? So Suarez didn't. He did. Yeah. So Suarez ran off on some like, what did I do? Anyway, Suarez does that. Ghana get the penalty. So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
The painful
unlike with the hand of God.
Yeah,
man.
that's the thing.
Unlike with the hand of God, Suarez was caught.
Yep.
He was punished. Ghana got the penalty.
And there was a moment of redemption for Ghana.
And that's how the rules of football work.
Exactly.
The rules work like handball, red card, penalty.
Exactly.
Now what?
Exactly.
Then so Ghana went on to miss the penalty.
So in that situation, yeah, like you're saying, it's very different to that one because with Maradona, he didn't get caught. So the goal stood.
Yeah.
But with Ghana and Uruguay, Suarez did get caught in the act and was rightly sent off. So the punishment was due for the act.
He was caught up and then you guys missed it.
And then Asamoah Gyan stepped up and he hit the crossbar.
Smashed it against the crossbar and then Suarez celebrated.
And Suarez celebrated on the sidelines. He's supposed to be in the tunnel,
Suarez
by the
was
way.
A devil, bro. Suarez didn't
But you
care
know what?
about any of you guys. What
As
you
Suarez,
guys
bro.
think.
As Suarez, I would have done it.
Oh, well, of course. This is different because now this is sentiment now.
I would have done it.
This is coming,
not even.
coming from a different place
Not even. This is like 4 years before he joins the club,
It
bro.
actually is, yeah.
So
we didn't even know Suarez like that.
Yeah, we must think he was still at Ajax. Maybe just
he was still
about
a guy
to join Liverpool. So we
yeah.
didn't know him like that. But I think looking at it, and as a human being, what I want for my nation.
Like as a Uruguay,
as a Uruguayan, as Suarez, I would have done it. I do believe I would have done it, which is very wrong, very unethical. But then again, like the rules were rightly enforced,
And
so
Suarez,
it worked out perfectly for Suarez.
Suarez did that. Well, he kept out a goal.
Yeah,
to give the keeper a chance to save a penalty.
To give a keeper exactly. You see,
he kept out 100% goal.
Yep.
To make it maybe 60-40 chance.
Exactly. And I think that's fair, man. It's wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong what Suarez did. But because the rules were enforced and there were things that happened afterwards, it can only be like, you know what? Yeah, I did what I did, but I got punished for it. I got sent off, right?
I was happy
didn't
with
play
the
the semi-final, didn't play the third place playoff,
I got punished for it. No one even thinks about that because Suarez actually took a bullet for Uruguay. He said,
literally took a bullet for his nation.
I won't even play anymore.
He literally
but
took
we
a
really
bullet for his nation.
We need to go through.
And rightly so was punished. So the conversation, was it an unethical act? Probably, but it was enforced within the rules of the game. So it's like making a last-ditch challenge. What players running through and it's just him and the keeper. You make a challenge. You take that. You know
everything that comes with it. You take it.
Exactly.
You're happy with the consequences.
And you know that there will be a free kick afterwards or possibly a penalty that they could score from. But you've done your job to save your team.
So that's actually not
I don't think
unethical.
I don't think it is as unethical as many people make it out to be. I don't think so.
I think what it is, it's about Suarez, the way he is.
The character of
Yeah,
Suarez.
like his character. What people don't like is the way he is, man.
Yeah.
And then you know all these other things. The biting hadn't happened, and he did have one biting incident by then, but it's just the way he is, man. He's like this annoying guy, man. Had it been anyone else.
Had it been anyone else, you know, if it was a Diego Forlan in that situation, who was adored, you know, it would have been like
Diego Forlan the way they hated Suarez.
Yeah. But I think because of the nature and the character of Luis Suarez,
you're a cheater. You do that. That's your way. You're a cheater.
Hey, but man, to be honest, Suarez is the guy that you I think in any team you want to have.
He's these guys that we speak a lot about it. He's got the dark arts. He knows how to win games.
He knows how to win games.
We'll go up. He'll fall down. He'll. All right. So that wasn't.
I don't think so. No.
I also think that was. I mean, I don't know if I can call it ethical, but man, he played everything within the rules of the game. Everything
was within the rules of the game, and the rules were enforced. You know, it would have been unethical if, say, that was done, everybody saw it was done, and then still the goal, you played on afterwards. I think then we could say it's unethical. But because the rules were enforced, then we have to take a step back and say, you know what, Ghana had a chance, and it didn't work out.
Sorry. And then when he celebrated, bro, he was just in everyone's face, bro.
Flip, it was an annoying sight. It was
and obviously he wasn't a Barca player yet, so you were actually annoyed.
I was really annoyed, man. I was really annoyed because I was behind Ghana, you know, as it was our World Cup.
That would have been Morocco made the semi-final now.
Yeah, it would have been the first African team in the semi-final. The first African team to ever make the semi-final. Bro?
No, let me tell you something. I'm going to lose a lot of fans for this. You can't let that happen.
What?
As refs, you need to stop it. You have to stop them in the quarterfinals. They can't go through. I'm sorry.
What do you mean, bro?
Because look at the performance they gave us in the semi-final. They were not fit to be there.
Yeah, they were completely outclassed.
You need to just. I'm sorry, man. You just need to stop
what is the rest supposed to do? Like, it's a merit-based sport. What's the rest supposed to do?
You know, man. Or just to derail a bit, né? There was a big scandal in the NBA 2004, né? Where it was in the conference final, né? So whoever wins the conference goes to the final.
Sure.
So it was the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings, né?
Yeah.
Now Sacramento are actually better than the Lakers. The Lakers didn't have answers for these guys. But we can't not have the Lakers in the finals.
Who was playing for the Lakers back then?
It was Kobe, Shaq. Shaq and Kobe were there. But they were getting outclassed by these guys, by these kids that played hard defense. Nah, bro. Like I get it.
It's a merit-based sport,
but
man.
no, bro. We need the revenue that comes from the Lakers. A, B. We need Kobe in the final. Bro. We can't have
I get that. I do get that.
So
I get that.
man, Morocco, nah, bro.
But that's a merit-based sport, man. If you win, you win. You go through, you go through. If you go home, you go home. Unfortunately.
But next one. So this is a really, really, really interesting one because we don't have all the facts. It's all conspiracy. But there's these documentaries where you can kind of deduce something's not right here. So for some context, France fielding Ballon d'Or winner, or just before he wins the Ballon d'Or, Zinedine Zidane, are hosting the World Cup. France's obvious competition in the World Cup is Brazil. Brazil are the defending champions at the time. Coming to France, who are hosting the World Cup. And I mean, France are a good outfit. Don't get me wrong. France are a very, very, very good
names even in that team.
Probably the favorites after Brazil, if not as hosts, pipping Brazil.
100%,
Probably
100%.
maybe. Finals, so they both tearing up the World Cup. Zidane and Ronaldo, they both tearing it up, bro. Now the French authorities, bro, the World Cup's in France. So Brazil are sleeping at French hotels. And I'm the president of France.
Hey,
this is not that hard. Hey. It's not that hard for me to execute,
to get things done.
So the conspiracy is that not even just Ronaldo, the whole Brazilian squad were poisoned.
Really?
So they didn't practice the 3 days from 3 days before the final. They couldn't practice.
Jeez.
Then Brazil announced that Ronaldo's not playing. In the final. Then Nike said, sorry, what?
We got to have him in.
Who's not playing?
How?
No. So again, for some context, the Brazilian Ronaldo, this guy, the superstar of Brazil, is a Nike athlete. He's sponsored by Nike. Now, Nike obviously want their best athletes on the field for a World Cup final.
It's the biggest game in sports.
He's wearing their boots. He's a Nike athlete. He needs to be there. The whole world's watching. So Brazil are complaining we're sick. We've been poisoned by the French, who are doing this on purpose because they want to beat us. Nike are saying we couldn't care less. Ronaldo, you play. Nike don't care too much about the result.
Yeah.
They just need their athletes on the field. Did France poison Ronaldo? If they did, that is unethical. You can't say
Without a doubt.
anything.
There's nothing defensible about that. If that happened.
That one.
Yo, that's borderline. Yo.
Bro, that's borderline.
I don't even know.
That's
Yo,
borderline some serious shit.
That's something crazy, man.
Yeah.
If that happened. And when you watched him play that game, he was off.
They know it, bro. They know it.
He was off it, bro.
Like from the national anthem, from when they walk
You
out,
know exactly.
they just all look down. All
man,
the
he
players
was
look
off
down,
it, bro.
So what ended up happening is they said Ronaldo's not playing. Then they ended up day of the game saying he's playing.
He's playing.
Then the French authorities thought that this is all mind games from Brazil and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that's crazy. No, you poisoned me. Now you're saying it's mind games. But anyway, poisoned Brazil were nowhere. France outclassed them 3-0. France won the World Cup. So again, these claims could be true that they were poisoned. Probably Brazil's worst final performance.
Oh, awful.
That's unethical. So
They really looked off it. Man.
they were horrible.
So the conspiracy. I'm not too big on conspiracy theories. I don't believe in too much. But there's a lot of reasoning behind it that kind of low-key makes sense. And when you look at the performance of the Brazilian team in that final,
and they need Zidane to win the Ballon d'Or.
So things like that.
So Zidane needs to win the Ballon d'Or.
There's a lot that's on the line. It was awful, man. The display
Nike's
was
even
really bad.
more unethical
For making him play.
if he's sick.
Yep, Nike is an author, and yeah. But then at the same time, then it's like the Brazilian, the coach, the coaching staff, they should also be able to take a stand and be like, you know what, I can see this is Ronaldo, this is the phenomenon, this is probably one of the greatest players to ever grace the game, you know, in his peak, in his prime. But we can see he's not on it. We can see he's not healthy, he's not good.
Not right, yeah.
We can't let him play against the French. He's just not ready. So as the coaching
So wait,
staff
as
in
a
Brazil,
coach, would you do that? Because look, Yanga, it's the final. And this is
It's a
where
very
I'm,
difficult
this is
question.
where I'm unethical now.
It's a very difficult
This is where you're testing how ethical I am now. I think to myself, bro, it's the final. Like whatever happens, whatever. Just put it. This guy needs to be on the field.
and you know what? I can understand that also because this is Ronaldo. You know, you think about if you're the Portuguese coach going into a final, are you not going to play Cristiano Ronaldo at his prime? Are you not going to play Messi when he's doing the things that he's doing?
So I mean, even if he says he's got a little bit of a stomach bug,
he's one of those players that can make something from nothing.
Yeah, then imagine the story afterwards, like the documentaries that come out afterwards, and I'll be part of them. I'll say, no, I knew he was sick, but I made that manager. I'm the manager that played him when he was sick because I believed in him. You see, but I was being unethical at the time.
But that would have been unethical. Actually, it would have been.
So that's a big question mark in the French history.
We'll never know.
I think they did it. I think they knew that. I think they knew
We'll
they had
never
to
know.
win that World Cup. They had to win that one.
But it's very sketchy. It's very sketchy.
very
it comes along again to like the recent World Cup because apparently there was also a bug in the French national team.
There was.
Before the final against Argentina.
There was. Yeah,
and you
yeah.
could really see that the French were off it, especially in that first half. They couldn't compete.
So
I'm not saying they were poisoned or whatever, but you can really see the impacts if a team isn't fully fit in their performance. Very interesting.
So unethical Nike, unethical France. If you did do it, if you're French and you know anything about it, tell us that happened or not. Because 4 years later, Brazil were ruthless. They said, are you lying? You owe us. It was kind of like France losing the Euros and then coming to 2018. Remember Pogba's speech in the thing? They took something from us and we wanted back. Something like that. Ronaldo again, phenomenal. Scored in the final.
Was sensational, bro.
That was their last World Cup, Brazil.
That was their last World Cup.
That's crazy to think.
Right.
They're still leading though. Still
And it's funny because I was 3 years old at the time. So it's like we've grown up in this thing of we know Brazil is this amazing team, but we've actually never lived to watch it happen.
Fact.
It's very crazy.
Yeah, we actually have never
very
seen.
crazy.
That probably goes to show. Yeah, that means when they were on it, they were on it.
You know,
if the
if
stories
they're
can
still talking
filter
about it right
out,
now,
yeah.
100%.
So they still lead, but people are hot on their heels now. Now
I
there's
think
people with
Italy
4 now. Yeah.
4 and Germany have 4 as
Four,
well.
yeah.
So Argentina have 3. Yeah, so it's getting quite close. Brazil need to up their socks.
Yeah.
They need to pull up.
They're not gonna, unfortunately. They're not gonna.
They're not looking good.
Next
They're
World
not
Cup.
looking good.
We'll see. There's one more I wanted to ask, and we kind of talk about these things before we come on air a little bit. Club Monty is unscripted. We never ever talk about things. But the one I wanted to ask you about, ethical or unethical, and we're putting a cap on this. This will never come up on Club Monty ever again, and it's for the fans of this club.
Yeah.
Barcelona, Chelsea, 2009, ethical. Unethical. Have you heard that ref speak recently about it? Like after, I'm saying after.
I think
When he said, no, sometimes in the heat of the moment, you make the...
That's poor. As a professional referee, that's bad.
Say that.
That's bad. That's
What
bad.
do you say?
And also to be caught up in the moment, because why are you getting caught up in the moment as someone who's supposed to be officiating
that's
and
why we
controlling
employed
the game?
you.
That's exactly why you employed, exactly.
Because you won't get caught up in the moment.
That's very bad. If that is true. So if I would say it's unethical. And it's the big if the whole scandals with Negreira and Barcelona turn out to be true, and Barcelona did have a hand in influencing referees, then yes, that is without a doubt unethical. But I don't think it's unethical from Barcelona's side.
wait, what do you mean from Barcelona's side?
No, like if we just happen to go and play on the game and the ref decided to be doing then it's just like, you know what, he decided to do what he's doing. We've got nothing to do. Yes, it benefited us greatly because we went on to get to the Champions League final and win that final and win 6 trophies that year. So it ended up working very well for us. But if we had nothing to do with it, then I think there's nothing to complain about. There's nothing unethical. But yes, as a Chelsea fan, I can get feeling very hard done by the calls and decisions in that second leg, because there were very questionable calls in that second leg.
Drogba was hurt.
Oh, he was mad.
I was angry.
He was mad.
But you said something in the group, ne? We probably don't have time to dissect it, ne? And I can't say it wearing this top. But I agree to an extent. Not just Drogba. A lot of players from the past really benefited from it being the past. Like, they wouldn't cope in today's game.
I appreciate that. I didn't think that would come from you.
The question, we have to really ask this question. How different really are some of the misses from Nicholas Jackson that Drogba was doing? Bro, Drogba used to miss a lot. He used to miss, but there wasn't this thing. There was no social media.
There was no social media.
As soon as Nicholas Jackson misses, we on him. While he's still playing, while he's still on the field. You'll see him when he gets off.
That's so true.
No, these guys didn't have that.
They didn't have that scrutiny.
These people missed. These people missed high high XG chances, bro.
They did.
Conversation for another day. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Comment down below what you thought was ethical, not ethical. Comment down below if you think Yanga himself is an ethical person or not. Till next time, it's Big Club 1T.